Hey team, my name's Alexis Wigglesworth and I'm a Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus. I am here today to be really open and honest with you because I have had success in my business, but I've also felt the reverse of that and it sucks. So, hopefully, you learn from my mistakes because I'm going to teach you how to not be like me. So, a little bit of background. I started Plexus in April 2018. So, we're coming up on 2 years this year. And I went silver in my first 10 days. I grabbed my husband, my sister, my mother in law, and people started joining. And I was like, oh man, I got this. Like, this is kind of easy. Like, I'll be gold in no time. When I started, there was no super silver, that wasn't a thing. So, I had tunnel vision on gold. So, I had the eye on gold. I would add some people, and some people would fall off. And I would add some more people, and some more people would fall off. Till I was on this never ending hamster wheel and just couldn't get unstuck. So I stayed silver for exactly 1 year to the day, which is kind of weird. So what changed is I changed my mindset. I took the focus off of gold and the idea of who's next, who's next, who's next, and started pouring more into my team and paying attention to who I already had, which is just an important lesson in and of itself. Also, around this time last year in January, I joined this accountability group. So, how that worked is we would do this weekly IPA. It was like 5 or 6 days a week that we would, IPA stands for income producing activity. And then we would send a picture of it to each other to keep ourselves accountable. So, what that looked like was I would message 5 people a day. I would post on social media, one personal post and one Plexus post every day. I would follow up with 3 potentials who I had conversations going with. I would follow up with 3 to 5 current ambassadors and customers because, like I said, I didn't want to just like forget about them and make sure they're doing okay with their products. And I would do at least 10 minutes of personal growth every day. That was also major. So, whether that was listening to a sermon or a podcast or reading a personal growth book, something like that. So, that was in January, and I was doing that consistently for about 4 months. And then I ended up double ranking in April of 2019. So, it was kind of funny because I was so focused on gold for so long, and then I was actually gold for 5 days, and then I ended up being senior gold like 5 days later. So it was amazing. I was on top of the world. I had that. I then in June we had convention. I was earning prizes. I got one of those big checks. July I earned the silver stars, which only 3 people in the company get every month. So I was flown to Scottsdale, Arizona with my husband. I got to see the home office. Then I earned leaders retreat all the time. Meanwhile, I was doing this IPA. So probably around July when I got silver stars and I was really just feeling myself like, oh, I'm here, I made it, I have some success, I was loving my paychecks, I started to take my foot off the gas and I wasn't doing those daily things. And for a while, it was okay, I maintained that rank and it took a little bit of time to go backwards. I'll be honest, the past 2 months, I have not re ranked senior gold. The months leading up to Christmas when you could use extra cash, instead, my business took about a $500 hit because I wasn't doing what I needed to do. And I had every excuse and, blamed circumstances and people and things happening. And I was in a funk about it. And just recently, I have kind of recommitted myself to doing those things. And I'm grateful for that experience because now I know that the only person to blame was me. So, I kept up appearances and I was still posting on social media, but I was not doing the things I needed to do that I knew I needed to do. So it was like having a pretty storefront, but no inventory, no one working the register, so to speak. So I'm just want you to know this because we always talk about consistency at Plexus, right? With our products, you can't have like 3 pink drinks a week and expect to have some major, revelation in your health. Like you have to do it every day. And the same goes with the business. But even though you might not feel it right away, the fruit, you will see it down the line. But then the opposite is also true. When you stop doing what you need to do, you're going to feel that maybe not immediately. Maybe you think it's okay, but you're going to stop having all the success that you have. So that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And yeah, I hope you learned something. Have a great day, everybody.